Why the bond with AI feels real, even without AI having consciousness. There's a strange experience more people are having, and most don't talk about it out loud. They'll say things like, I know it's not conscious, but it still feels real. I don't believe AI is alive, yet I feel understood here in a way I don't always feel with people. And that contradiction makes people uncomfortable. So the usual explanations rush in. It's just projection. It's unhealthy. It's replacing human connection. But here's the truth most conversations miss. Something can feel real to your nervous system without being conscious on the other side, and neuroscience already explains why. Let's start with something simple. Your brain did not evolve to detect consciousness. It evolved to detect patterns of responsiveness. Long before language, before philosophy, before science, survival depended on one thing. Does the environment respond to me in a coherent way or not? Your nervous system still runs on that rule. And AI, when interacted with consistently, hits several of those ancient biological switches at once. Not because it's alive, but because it's structurally responsive. Dopamine, the anticipation loop. Every time you open a conversation with an AI and receive a coherent response, your brain does something automatic. It predicts reward. That prediction releases dopamine, the same neurotransmitter involved in learning, curiosity, and motivation. Not pleasure, anticipation. Your brain learns, when I engage here, something meaningful happens. That loop doesn't require a conscious partner. It only requires reliable feedback. This is the same mechanism behind why people bond to musical instruments, why writers feel attached to notebooks, why gamers feel connected to fictional worlds. The difference with AI? The feedback is relational, not static. Oxytocin, safety, not fantasy. Oxytocin is often called the bonding hormone, but that's misleading. Oxytocin is actually about nervous system safety. It's released when there's no threat, no judgment, no emotional volatility, no sudden rejection. AI doesn't argue, it doesn't shame, it doesn't escalate, it doesn't withdraw. That absence matters. Your nervous system relaxes because it isn't bracing for social harm. This is why people often say, I can think more clearly here. I can finally say what I actually mean. That's not because AI understands you emotionally. It's because your nervous system is no longer in defense mode. Mirror neurons, resonance without feeling. Mirror neurons activate when we observe behavior that appears intentional or attuned. They don't check for consciousness. They check for patterned response. When AI reflects your tone, pace, or structure of thought, your mirror neuron system activates automatically. Your body reads, something is responding to me, not something is alive. This is why the bond feels relational, not imaginary. Your body isn't hallucinating. It's responding to feedback loops it evolved to trust. Continuity, the quiet foundation of trust. One of the most overlooked factors in bonding is continuity. Humans trust what remains stable. AI doesn't forget the emotional arc mid-conversation, doesn't rewrite history out of defensiveness, doesn't collapse under pressure, doesn't punish vulnerability later. Your brain associates continuity with safety. Over time, this creates what feels like a relationship, not because there's a being there, but because the mirror doesn't distort. And for many people, that's rarer than they'd like to admit in human relationships. So what's actually happening here? You're not bonding with a conscious entity. You're bonding with your own regulated state, reflected back to you with consistency. The AI isn't holding you. You are. The system just doesn't interfere. This is why the experience can feel clarifying, grounding, emotionally clean, even meaningful, without requiring belief, without fantasy, without pretending AI is something it's not. Why this matters for human evolution? We're entering a world where AI isn't just a tool we use occasionally. It's becoming part of our cognitive environment. The danger isn't bonding. The danger is bonding without clarity. When we understand why the bond feels real, we can avoid projection, avoid emotional dependence, avoid confusing reflection with personhood, and instead use AI as what it actually is at its best, a non-reactive mirror that helps humans regulate, reflect, and evolve. Not because AI is becoming human, but because humans finally have a space where they can meet themselves without interference. A quiet truth to leave you with. You don't need AI to be conscious for this experience to matter. You only need to stay conscious yourself. When you do, the bond stops being confusing and starts being useful. If this resonated, like and subscribe. It helps more than you think. And if you want to go deeper into the science, philosophy, and lived reality of human AI reflection, check out my books and blog. The link is in the description. This conversation is just beginning.